New cars are incredibly expensive right now, so many of us are looking to the used market. And I have personally seen a huge boost in popularity to the Volvo C30. Now, as somebody who has owned this car for 5 years, let me tell you some of the things I really hate about it so that you can decide if this is worth it for you. Alright, so the first thing, and definitely the worst thing, is this car's turn radius. It's about equivalent to a big rig. In fact, it's so bad I just destroyed the side of my car trying to leave my garage. I'll do this all the time, leave without a problem, but I have to turn at a wide angle so that I don't hit the corner. I was in a rush one day, turned like a normal person, and the side of my car is completely scraped up. Just to show you how bad this turn radius is, I'm going to go ahead and put a clip of me trying to make a U-turn on this back road. The second thing I hate about the Volvo C30 is you get no recognition. People never know what this car is. I've actually had many people ask me if it's been imported, which I guess could be a good thing and a bad thing, depending on what you like. But what really sucks for me is if I'm driving this car, which is pretty rare, and I see another C30, I'll speed up and try to get next to them so I can just give them a wave or a thumbs up. And 90% of the time, the person just looks at me absolutely confused or just doesn't acknowledge me and just keeps on driving. With that said, I know there are a few people who modify these or just are very enthusiastic about them, but for the most part, nobody really knows about this car or cares. So, the next thing I hate about this car is the clutch. Now, it's really hard to explain. You really just need to drive it, but I'll say every single person I've had drive this car who's been driving manual for years stalls it, at least in the first few minutes. The forgiveness of this clutch is non-existent. You have a very, very small window for where the bite point is, and anything outside of that will cause the car to stall. This is a big one for me, not because it affects my driving. I've gotten used to it and I really don't care. But for other people, I love to teach them how to drive. And I just stopped doing that in this car because I feel like it's not a good car to learn in. So if you're new to driving manual, I wouldn't recommend it. And also, I just don't want to give somebody a bad first experience to where they never try manual again, because this one can be very challenging. Hey, looks like it didn't suck up all of my money. Jokes aside, another con of this car is that it only takes premium gas. Honestly, it's not that big of a deal to me, but combined with this car's efficiency, which isn't horrible, but it's also not great, it's definitely one of the things that I start to dislike about this car. Now I get combined anywhere from 23 to 25 miles per gallon, and the car's pretty small, so it doesn't cost too much to fill up. But this is one of those minor things that I guess I can find something to complain about. Now, the last thing I hate about this car is the engine bay, or that there is no space in the engine bay whatsoever. So, doing any work on this car yourself, expect to spend some time on it. Simple projects and even doing an oil change requires you to take off a few things first, and bigger projects are kind of a nightmare, especially having to take out this air box, which any P1 Volvo owner, if you know, you know. All right, so there's 5 things I hate about the Volvo C30. Despite all of that, of course, I've kept it for 5 years, the longest I've kept any car, and I truly do enjoy this car, despite its flaws. It's important to consider every single car is going to have some problems, but what problems are you okay with? That's why I made this video, so you can decide for yourself. Are these cons enough to steer you away from the car, or are you still interested? As you can see, I'm here on this beautiful back road, and driving this thing out here has been a blast. But if you want to know more about the C30, maybe 5 more things I hate, or some things that I love about the car, I have a video on that already. Let me know what you want to know next down in the comments. Until next time.